Hello everybody, so today's story time is going to be about one of the most scariest things I've had happen to me in this industry, or it even had me second guessing if I even wanted to be in this acting industry before I even started. And I'm going to give some advice out there to my acting friends and just everybody in general. So I'm just going to get to the point though. Last year, I was a 19-year-old girl, no resume, no headshots, no demo reel. I was going in fresh. And there was this Facebook post for extras. I decided to go, and that was my way of thinking like I could network to build my demo reel. I did eventually find some amazing people there that did help me build my demo reel, but I also found not amazing people. There was this one guy, he's 40 years old to mention. I was 19 years old to mention. And he was having auditions for his film. And I asked, like, can I audition for a film? He said yes. He sent me the script. A couple days later, he owns a store in my hometown, and I'm like, thank God it was in my hometown. He asked, like, do you want to come by my store and do a quick audition? And he was cool. It was a public place. I didn't think nothing of it. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go. So I went, and we went to his office. It's kind of not the cleanest. I should have known. But went in his office, and he was playing the grandpa. I was playing the granddaughter. And the script kind of said, basically like leaning back. It was kind of dramatic. He's like, can I touch your hair? And I was like, sure. Touched my hair. And he looked at me, guys. I kid you not. He looked at me and told me, you are so beautiful. But the way he looked at me was a look of, if I reminded him of his past love or something. It was just a really, really scary look, I could say. It was to the point of, in movies where they look at someone and they get obsessed with them. It was one of those kind of looks. I would just say. So we're there, and he ends up calling one of my other acting friends that I know, and she's a mom herself. And he told her, oh, we're playing dirty grandpa and dirty granddaughter. And that's when my heart jumped out of my chest. I had such a bad feeling, guys. And she's a mom, so she knows that was not right to say. And she told him, like, that better not be happening. And he just laughed about it, but I was like, oh no. So as he walked out of the office, I called my friend, and I was like, come get me, come help me, get out of this. And she lived only 5 minutes down the street. That's why I'm like so glad it was in my hometown. My friend comes, but before my friend came, he was talking to the other guy that was doing the film with him, and I guess he has some other actresses auditioning for him too. And he was like telling his friend, she doesn't have a boyfriend and she doesn't have nothing holding her back, which is really weird to say. And then on top of that, he told him, I will pay out of my own pocket just so she can be in this film. And that's when I was like, oh no, obsession. Like, this is like, that sounded like obsession and weirdness to me. So my friend comes inside, and he wants to go back to rehearse, and I don't know what to do. I'm in shock. I didn't know what to do. And we're going to rehearse again, and my friend comes in the room, and you can tell he didn't really want her in the room. So he kind of said, like, for her to, like, leave, but she gave me that look, like, I'm not going to leave you, girl. She stood by the door, waited for me, and I didn't have a voice, guys. I know y'all probably thinking, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you, like, get out of there? And I just didn't have a voice. I couldn't speak for myself. Now I have a voice. Now I do. Back then I did not. So my friend, he walks out, goes to his fridge. My friend comes in the room with me. He grabs this big, like, beer, like the Bud Light, like big beer, comes in and starts talking to me and my friend about Lindsay Lohan causing his divorce, how he made out with her on set, just crazy talk. And that's when my friend, there was this restaurant next door, and my friend was like, told him, hey, we're gonna go eat. And he was like, oh, I'll go half with y'all. And we're just like, no, dude. Like, my friend was like, no, she just wants it to be us. We go to the restaurant. He walks in that restaurant, walks out that restaurant, walks in that restaurant, walks out that restaurant, walks in that restaurant to me, basically just to tell me there's other girls that are doing better than me, and if I want to stay longer, even though I was there for 5 hours. 5 hours, guys. And at that point, I was just like, no, I don't even want to work for you. I don't want to do nothing with you. Like, I just want to get out of there. And if I had those girlies' cell phone numbers, I would have done called him and told him, like, what a weirdo he was. And that's so, like, mean to say, but he just was, it's just, no, not a good guy. And so, as me and my friend are walking out of the restaurant, he's basically trying to have me come back into the store. My friend told him no. She was like, no, our parents need us home now. And he looked at me like, are you gonna say anything? And I looked away like, no, because my friend was doing the talking for me. And she told him, like, we're out, we're leaving, like, we're leaving now. We left. And then I heard from him, like, hey, good news. And I was like, nope, block, delete, like, nope. And that's what I'm saying, guys. This industry is very, very scary. And it took me a year to make friends that want to go with me to, like, events and auditions, you know, just things like that, things that other friends that enjoy the same thing I do. Because a year ago, I did not have nobody. Like, I didn't have nobody. I was a young girl. And especially in this generation, like, this world, it's so bad. And that was, like, and I'm glad that happened from, like, the beginning. Like, I'm not glad it happened, but at the same time I am, because I learned a lesson. And this is one thing I'm going to tell y'all, is to never, ever, ever go alone. Ever. Like, just anybody, like, I want to say mainly females, but they prey on young people. Just because we're young, we don't know what we're doing, we don't know what we're going into. And this industry is so dangerous because you don't know what's real, what's not. And I recommend also never going alone. But number 2 is getting an agent, because the agent will know, they network, they know everybody. So they will know if it's fake or not, and they'll just lead you in the right way. So I recommend getting an agent. That way you can be self-aware and you can self-submit, but don't ever go by yourself when you self-submit to things. Don't. And it's pretty sad, but that's my advice to everybody. And I just want to tell my story of what happened. But I really hope y'all can take my advice and go with it.